Hey guys, welcome back. We are starting our first major project. We've been talking about this for a while, getting the area set, but we're going to start building our raised beds. I just put the order in for pressure treated 2x4x8s. I got 100 of them. So that's not just going to be for the beds, but it's also going to be the base around the fence when we eventually get that up. So we're going to start on the beds first, start getting those built this week. And first step is picking up the board. So let's get going. All right, so I put the order in just before I left and wasn't sure if everything's going to be ready before I got here. So I came in, I bought all the screws that I'm going to need. I'll show you everything I picked up when we are getting ready to do the build. By the time I was all done, had all the stuff I needed purchased, I got an email, went up to the service desk, and all my stuff is already set up. So now I'm just waiting for them to drop everything off. Alright guys, so we just finished dinner. It's getting late, so we are going to go take the truck in the back and put all the wood back there right now. Got my little helper with me. Say hi.
Hi.
Alright guys, so that's it. It's 101 2x4x8s ready to start building. We'll do that over the next couple days. And the Dilophosaurus fin was recovered. It was inside the whole time. So that's it for now. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright guys, so we're out here. We're going to do the build today. We did one yesterday and it turned out, it looks pretty good. I'll show you that in a second. I'll show you all my measurements, but everything that I'm doing, all the directions and everything are going to be in the description. I'll give you a list of all the supplies I use on how to build one. All right, so I'm not going to show you because I'm not entirely certain how many we're going to build. It's going to be maybe 6. It could be 8. It all really depends on once we get the first about 4 done, we'll see spacing and see how things look, and then we'll kind of make our decision on the fly then. Now, one of the things that's important is the setup. Make sure that everything is set up before you start so you create an assembly line. I did it yesterday and it made things pretty smooth, and it ran pretty quickly. So let me show you everything I got and the supplies that I have, and then I'll show you the layout. Here's the finished product. It's 4 feet by 8 feet. And it ends up being almost 29 inches tall, a little bit bigger than I anticipated because the metal may have stretched out and flattened out. Where originally it said it was 25 inches. When I measured it, it was almost 26 and a half inches wide. So I had to make some adjustments yesterday on the fly. And here's a rough sketch of everything that all my measurements. And here's a rough sketch of all my measurements. So I did 8-foot boards on top, and then the bracing boards are 21 1/4 inches, and they're spaced 32 inches apart. And then for the smaller one, the same, 21 1/4 inches, and they are 2 feet apart. And that's it, cut exactly to 4 feet because the 2x4s aren't exactly 8 feet. I cut them down to be exactly 4 feet. So I shaved a little bit off of each end. All right, so here's the setup, and this is the most important part of this. Once you get everything set up and it is even and everything is level, everything kind of flows together pretty smoothly. So I have this small level, and what I end up using this for is making sure that this is level and the blade itself is level. I didn't want my cuts to be diagonal or just slightly off because nothing's going to fit right. So take the extra few minutes to make sure everything's level, make sure everything is cutting appropriately, and make sure your saw blade is sharp before you start. And it'll make less of a hassle, make things go a little bit easier. As for the rest of the equipment, you're going to need something straight to create your lines, a measuring tape. I have a couple different clamps just in case, a 3-foot straight edge metal, and then we have our drill, and we have this little set made by Kreg that is for making pocket holes for screwing things together, the Hydra screws. I have my equipment for safety when I'll cut in the metal. I ended up watching a video where somebody using an angle grinder like this, where the blade cut in half and ended up embedding itself into their safety equipment. So I am taking some extra precaution and having a chainsaw mask with hearing protection and goggles underneath. Now we have 3-inch deck screws and then 5/16 hex washer screws that are 1 inch long to secure the metal to the 2x4s. Obviously, here are 8 foot by 26.5 inch corrugated metal roofing and 2x4s. Again, taking the extra few minutes in the very beginning to make sure everything is set up the way you need it to be and make sure that all of your equipment is tight and operational will save you time later on in the process. So I normally have a second set of batteries, but yesterday I drained them. So I've got another set of batteries for all the equipment I'm using on the charger right now. So if these end up dying on me, I can go grab those and have another set so I can keep working. So make sure you have all your equipment set up. Now let's get started. So I went through and picked out all the wood of what I'm going to be using for the 21.25 inch pieces, the 4 foot pieces, and the 8 foot pieces, kind of based on straightness. At this stage, I get very choosy because I have so much and I overbought the 2x4s. I figure at this point I can use what I need, and if I have anything left over, I can figure out a different use for it. Now I'm going to cut everything to 21.25 inches. Cutting all of these 2x4x8s to exactly 4 foot sections, so I should have 4 2x4x4 foot. And now we have to put pocket holes in all of the 21.25 inch boards. So with this system, you set everything for the 2x4s. I want to be able to go all the way through, but not quite all the way through. So I set everything up for 1.5 inches. On both the bit, you can adjust it so it fits to 1.5 inches. And then this as well. And this is your guide. And what I'll do is I'll clamp this onto the 2x4 and then go ahead and start drilling. And it zips through pretty quick. Make sure you do both sides of the board, top and bottom. Mark at 32 inches on the 2x4x8, and then the halfway marker on the inside 2x4 is at 1 3/4 inches. You go to attach the middle board, just look for your 2 markings and line them up. And for this one, we're going to be marking at the 2-foot marker and also mark the center of the middle 2x4 to ensure that it's centered. Now at this stage, it's important. I'm going to actually assemble everything without the end pieces having metal attached to it. And the reason why is you can't just attach 4 feet of metal to it, because that's 48 inches. And when I did this the last time, it turns out the distance between the highest point of the corrugated metal on the inside was actually 44 inches. So it shaved off 2 full inches. So what we're going to do is it's going to be a custom. It's going to be to fit. So we're not going to cut anything until everything's assembled and we get a good measurement. Remember, measure twice, cut once. All right guys, so that's it. That's another one completely done. So I've got 2 that are done. Now I still have more I need to do, between 4 to 6 more. Once we start getting another 2 done, we'll start doing a layout and try and maneuver them, and that's why they're not completely finished. We still have more things we need to do to them to get them ready to start putting dirt and the hugelkultur method inside of it, which we'll discuss in a future video. Now, one of the biggest things here is plan accordingly for your materials. I underestimated how much I needed. I need probably another 4 or 5 boxes of those hex bolts. Need about 76 bolts per box to create it for attaching the corrugated metal, and I only bought 2 boxes, and there's about 100 pieces per box. So math says that I underestimated grossly. I can't even do a third one. I can get it started, but then I'm going to have to go buy some more material. So I'll get the third one started today, and then I'll go buy the rest of the material. I'm also going to need more corrugated metal, which I'll get at a different day when I get close to getting done. I have enough for about 5 boxes. So after that, I've got enough 2x4s. After that, we're not done there either. Before we start adding all of the material inside of the box itself, we're going to line the edges with aluminum foil tape, just kind of seal the edges so the dirt doesn't run out the sides, doesn't have contact with the wood at all. And then one of the things that with these types of boxes you have to be careful of is, as time goes on, the boxes will have a tendency to start to bow at the center. So you can run a 2x4 across the center inside to kind of brace it. You can put a piece of rebar on the inside or on the outside to kind of hold the boxes from moving. One of the things I want to do is the rebar might be something that we use in the future just for the bottoms, to make sure the bottoms don't bow out much. But at the top, kind of the idea of fixing a sagging fence. That's the idea we came up with. So we've got 19 gauge wire galvanized wrapped in vinyl, and then we'll have something to clamp it, and then we're going to attach it with eye bolts into the beams. We're going to drill holes and attach it to the beams or to the outside of the fence, and then we'll use this same thing as that fencing and kind of just twist it until it tightens and holds it in place. So the metal the galvanized wire can hold about 45 pounds. So the hope is we won't need much more than that. Be able to just hold everything in place. We'll put washers around the eye bolts to make sure that it doesn't shred or rip through. So we've got everything planned, but until we get everything into place, we're not going to start finishings off yet, just in case there's something we want to add or change in the future. So for future videos, what we'll end up doing is showing you the layout of the garden area where we're going to have everything, all the beds, how many we've chosen, and kind of what we plan on doing with the area. And then we'll start filling everything in. So look forward to that. We'll have more, all the materials we use specifically for one box. I'll give you everything broken down, all measurements, and I'll even try to do a nice layout, and I'll put that in the description. And then I will give you a link probably to our Facebook page that's going to have specifically a picture of the layout when this video gets posted. So if you have any questions, leave them below. If you have any comments, leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.